ZBCN back with another ZBCN update for you guys. ZBCN sitting at 202 right now. Very undervalued altcoin, very undervalued project, full circulating supply, pretty much almost out, 1% left. Not much change with, when that 1% is released. So the tokenomics here are fantastic. Sitting under $203 million in market cap, 5.7 million 24-hour trade volume, right? I'm going to compare ZBCN to XRP as far as pricing goes because the tokenomics are pretty much the same here. I think ZBCN's tokenomics are actually better because the full supply is already out. So the team now doesn't have any more tokens to inflate onto the open market. No more dilution of inflation here. Plus, they also do buybacks from, the money that they generate as well, which create a crazy supply and demand squeeze, right? Overall market right now, Bitcoin under $69,000. We had a bit of a bounce. We're pulling back on that bounce. Like I said, guys, I'm not sure. A lot of analysts predict that we're going to have one final crash that is going to shake the space by storm. Analysts like Benjamin Cohen thinks that we're going to have a bullish March. We're in March right now, so we're going to have a bullish March. When March is over, we crash down for the final leg, and that potentially is going to last until the summer and then fully capitulate until, the end of the year around October, right? So I'm not going to go against the analysts here. What I'm going to go against them is that just because they think that doesn't mean I can't have exposure to the market, right? So that's what I'm doing. I have exposure to these altcoins that I talk about on the channel, right? I have exposure to them, not the most, but I have exposure to them. If we do crash down, well, I can buy more, right, with the money I have on the sidelines. If we don't crash down and we consolidate all year and we stay the same levels, just use it as time for accumulation either way. And then whenever we do go up, we go up, or we catch people off guard and then we just go up, one random month. April, we go up, right? And the March comes in, April, boom, to the moon. You never know. So I'm playing the space with the mindset of anyone could be wrong. How do I strategically increase my probability of being right on all aspects, right? So that's how I'm viewing the market. Bitcoin, macro looking, I don't know what to say. Fear and greed index at a 20 on fear. Alt season index at 36. Average crypto RSI just a tad bit oversold. But ZBCN in a good spot right now. Now to compare, why would I say I'm comparing ZBCN to XRP as far as price goes? Well, if you take a look at the past, people that were in crypto before 2016, man, people that were in crypto in 2015, they really got what is a true alt season, 100x, 300x, 1000x potential projects, man. XRP was sitting at 2042 at the time, right? ZBCN just needs to 2x to get to 2042, right? And then it'll be at XRP's price in 2015, right? Less than 3 years later, from 2042 for XRP, less than 2 years later, it ran all the way up to $3 per XRP. Isn't that insane? Isn't that so insane to think about? It ran all the way up to $3 per XRP. I think this next alt season is going to recreate something as massive as that. So this is why you have to be positioned, in my opinion, for any outcome, right? Obviously, you don't have to overinvest right away. This is why dollar cost average is such a great strategy. You don't have to buy all your bag in one go. You could buy it once a week, every 2 weeks, right? Patience pays, right? So ZBCN just needs to 2x to be at XRP's price in 2015. 2042 ZBCN. And then if you hold long enough and we do get that true alt season with the Clarity Act, a new Fed chair, cut in interest rates, liquidity floodgates being open and money printing, right? Quantitative easing, right? You will see, in my opinion, a recreation of this for the lower undervalued altcoins, especially ISO compliant altcoins. ZBCN is one of those projects, right? 2042 could potentially, then we see a skyrocket for ZBCN up to maybe $1 in the future, $2 to $3 like XRP did. It's possible. They have similar tokenomics here, right? Now you might say, well, that's impossible. I don't think so. But Rule of thumb, simple rule of thumb: don't be a moon boy, don't be a dreamer. When ZBCN gets to certain price targets, you take profits, you de-risk, you put your money into USDC stablecoin to hedge your risk. ZBCN gets to 5 cents, you take some profits, put it into USDC stablecoin. It gets to 10 cents, you take some profits, put it into USDC stablecoin. But you always leave a percentage of your portfolio or your bag in, just in case we get the Valhalla parabolic, everyone's rich moonshot, right? That's how you go about the market, man. That's how you will be as successful as possible in this market. Let's take a look at the X for ZBCN here. Super app now live. Payroll for individuals is now available on desktop, built on Zebec Rails, powered by Circle's USDC and utilizing ZBCN fees. The mobile consumer version enterprise grade app will be released in the coming weeks, right? Crypto today is fragmented across trading apps, card apps, payroll tools, and on and off ramps. Zebec Super App brings it all together, all in one financial interface that unifies our ecosystem into one simple, easy to use platform. Bullish stuff, right? We recently saw the partnership with ZBCN and Tangem here hitting the Bundesliga stage and showing their promotions on a massive campaign where millions of people tune in. Zebec as Tangem hit the Bundesliga this past weekend. Our campaign went live during BVB versus Bayern Munich, putting self-custody in front of millions of football fans worldwide. More matches coming soon, and the new limited edition wallet drop is getting closer. So there you go. They're even building on a limited edition wallet drop. That's bullish. And as you can see on this soccer field right here, look at one of the sponsors or one of the people showing their promotion. Zebec Network, right here on a stage where millions of people see. That is so bullish. Absolutely fantastic, man. Absolutely fantastic to see, man. Look at this. Let me show you guys all the images here. This is so awesome. This is so awesome, right? So zoom in right here. Tangem.com/win with the Zebec card, right? That is so cool, man. That is truly cool. And Tangem only partners with legitimate projects as well. So this is why it's also another bullish catalyst or a bullish reason to be, to have some ZBCN in your portfolio, have some exposure in your portfolio, right? Never telling anyone to break the bank on a coin, never overinvest. Never invest more than you're willing to lose, because this market is very unpredictable and nothing is guaranteed. But when you see catalysts, or when you see, the team building and the team are, doing campaigns like this, that's a perfect word. They're doing campaigns like this, you should pay attention, right? Tangem, like I said, only partners with legitimate projects, and for them to have this partnership, Tangem, Zebec, in the Bundesliga, millions of people watch these sporting events, guys. That is very bullish to see, in my opinion. Really, truly is, right? So as you can see, Tangem.com/win. Here we go, right? And of course, the Zebec cards, Zebec on the side right here as well in the promotions. Claim your prize, Zebec Network, Tangem. All absolutely awesome. So let's see. Let's go back here. Let's take a look back here. So they recently did a space for you to interact with the team and talk with them as well. That's something I like as well too. They're not staying they're not staying hidden. They're communicating with the community. They're staying active with us and letting us know, hey, what's happening. And they're breaking that veil of just dev versus investor, and they're breaking that veil. They're taking opinions of other investors as well, and you love to see things like this. You really do, man. So that is very bullish. That is awesome to see, right? So 202 for ZBCN right now. Like I said, 100,000, maybe 500,000 ZBCN, because right now 500,000 ZBCN is around how much? Around $1,000, right? Don't overinvest in any project, guys. Maybe even 200 to 300,000 ZBCN, right? So $500 in ZBCN here, 240,000 ZBCN. That's a good bet to make. Nothing crazy. Nothing's gonna break the bank for you. even 100,000 ZBCN, right? One step at a time. That's really how you should treat this market. One great investment at a time. You leave a percentage of that investment. After you get some profits, leave a percentage in the project, you know, for the long term, and, you know, treat yourself with some profits. No one ever goes broke taking profits. And, you know, if you play the card, you play, you know, this market by ear. Play it by ear, right? I know I say, I know I repeat thinking words, connecting words a lot, but it's just because I have to gather my thoughts, right? I'm not the best at articulating myself, but you guys get the gist, you guys get the point. Again, I think ZBCN is one of the better altcoins in the space. As you can see how it's holding up this 202 level right here. A lot of projects have lost their lows and they just continue to go lower. ZBCN is holding very strong here, right? And this is what you like to see. You like to see relative strength in an altcoin compared to other altcoins. So this is a great spot that ZBCN is in. And I think, again, this is one of the better altcoins to have in your portfolio. As always, none of this is financial advice, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Join my Discord, follow me on X, and also subscribe to my Clips channel. The links are in the description. Go click the links. Go support, you know, content creators. I think need more support, especially in the crypto space, because the viewership, even if we create a lot of value and provide a lot of value, the viewership for the space is, you know, abysmal, right? Unless you're talking about XRP. Unless you got into the XRP algorithm and, you know, getting 10 to 20,000 views every XRP video. Unless you do that, it's abysmal for you. So we need to recreate that for ZBCN, right? We need to recreate anybody that talks about ZBCN gets 5,000 to 10,000 to 20,000 views per ZBCN video. That way, when retail investors come in, they say, oh, this is no joke, right? And I think that's going to take place as the price action starts to perform better. So thank you so much, and I'll catch you in the next one.